channel. I'm Alexa. Today we're making yeast-free raisin bread. I measured out all my ingredients and I recommend that you do so too. You can find a full list of ingredients and measurements in the link in the description. Remember to watch the video first so you can be prepared.
First, I'm going to make my buttermilk substitute. If you have buttermilk, you don't need to do this step. To do this, I'm going to start by putting a tablespoon of vinegar into my cup. I'm using apple cider vinegar, but you can also use distilled white vinegar. Then I'm going to fill the remainder of my cup with milk. Before using, I'm going to wait 5 minutes so my milk can curdle. Next, I'm going to sift together my flour, baking soda, and salt. This is to make sure there are no clumps. If you don't have a sifter, you can use a wire whisk or a fork. When you're sifting, you can push the ingredients through with a rubber spatula or a spoon, or you can just tap the sides of it with your hands. Now that all my ingredients have fallen through, I'm going to tap the sides of my sifter so I can make sure no ingredients are stuck to its stand. If your sifter doesn't have a stand, you don't need to do this step. Now I'm going to add my sugar into my flour mixture. To combine it, I'm going to whisk it with a fork. You can also use a wire whisk if you have one. Next, I'm going to create a well in the center of my flour mixture. This is a hole in the center of it that I'll pour my buttermilk into. After I pour my buttermilk into the well, then I will use my rubber spatula to mix my ingredients together. Fold the dough into itself to combine it. We don't want to overmix our dough, so we'll mix it until it is just combined. Now we can add in our raisins. I don't have raisins, I'm using currants instead. Both work well for this recipe. I'm going to mix it until they're evenly spread out throughout my dough. Next, I'm going to shape my bread. Before I start, I'm going to lightly flour my surface so the dough doesn't stick. Now, I'm going to use my rubber spatula to guide my dough onto the floured surface. To shape it, I'm going to fold the outer edges of the dough into the middle so our dough will become a round ball. It doesn't need to be perfect, but make sure not to flatten it out or your bread will become flat. My dough looks nice, so I'm going to score the top of it with a serrated knife about an inch down. This will help my bread rise more evenly. Now I'm going to put my dough onto my baking sheet. Next, I'm going to put my bread into the oven. It's preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. My bread took 20 minutes to bake. I'd recommend setting a timer for 15 minutes and then setting another timer for a few more minutes if it isn't done yet. When the bread is done, it'll make a hollow sound when you knock on it. It should also be dark golden brown in color. I'm going to put my bread onto a cooling rack to cool. And our bread is done and looking delicious. Please let me know what you thought of the video in the comments and how the recipe went for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can see when new videos are added. Thank you and enjoy!